What's up with all these boom sounds in Mason City, Iowa? A frost explosion? A meteor sonic boom? Blown transformer? Trains? Tannerite? Fireworks? Build-ups in the sewer line? Aliens? Yes, aliens. All these reasons have been offered up as possible culprits for a semi-regular, unexplained boom that's been heard by residents of Mason City for the past few years. The map shows the most recent locations of booms heard and reported on local social media platforms. Some insist they only hear it at the southeast part of town, while others insist it's farther north. Even the intensity of the boom is not wholly agreed upon. Some of that could be explained by location. The farther away you are from something, the less intense it's going to sound, after all. But there's a lot of metaphorical distance between someone messing around with something as explosive as tannerite and frost quakes or cryoseisms, which can take place when ice in the ground appears expanding too rapidly. Uncertainty about the sources. Mason City Police Chief Jeff Brinkley said that there isn't even a consensus on the cause from the calls the department gets and what officers hear for themselves. Quote, in a couple of cases we found that they have had a business or industrial cause. In one case we found one person who had made a homemade firework, and many of the rest we are unsure about, Brinkley said. He added that the booms do appear to be sporadic. He said there isn't a pattern that we had been able to identify, which is backed up by plotting locations mentioned in a North Iowa rant and rave comment spread thread on Facebook. And using that as a resource, booms have been heard at or near 9th Street Southeast, North Madison Avenue, East Park, 12th Street Southeast, South Virginia Avenue, North Kentucky Avenue, and South Side McDonald's and the entire east side of town. Brinkley said, we would like to have residents call when they have information that may help us identify the source of the noise or the area where it originated. Nighttime is the wrong time. Mason City resident Lori Casper shared, I heard them mostly in the evening, but they have happened in the middle of the night, which makes you sit straight up in bed. Casper said she herself has not contacted any local officials about the matter, but has heard rumblings about a homemade cannon being to blame. Though in the same time she mentions the possibility, Casper somewhat dismisses it. She said, if I was this person's neighbor, I would have turned them in a long time ago. Besides on her own timeline, Casper thinks it's been going on since last winter, which would lead credence to the ice boom theory, but she swears she's heard similar noises in the summertime as well, and as frigid as North Iowa can get, conditions for cryoseisms are not quite right in mid-August. Nicole Keston, who lives in the northeast side of 12th Street, has also heard it for about a year, it being the mysterious boom sounds, and usually at night, like Casper's has heard it at night. Keston says, one night it sounded like it was in my backyard and scared the living crap out of me, woke up on a dead sleep. She cycled through the area and the ideas through what's causing such a headache. At first she just dismissed it as a train cars hooking up. Then she too considered the cannon possibility after the last incident, a firework. And she joked, I honestly have no idea what it is, it's just totally weird. I'm getting so used to the boom that if it ever stops, I'd be like, where's the boom? Now something bigger. In July of this year, AccuWeather ran a story entitled Mysterious Skyquakes continue across the world with few answers to their origins. Skyquakes? The story's author, Michael Kuhn, cited a figure that more than 64 different incidents involving loud, unexplained booms worldwide were reported in 2017, according to a New York Post report. And later in the piece, he reckoned that possible explanations for the booms, including lightning from distant thunderstorms, large meteors entering the atmosphere, earthquakes, mining operations such as blasting and supersonic aircraft, and there was a case in San Diego that was attributed to jets. But the closest large military base to Mesa City is Camp Dodge in Johnston, so that would not explain large, closer booms. So maybe it's aliens? The website Mysterious Universe looked into the matter in February and said that there was a deafening silence on the part of law enforcement bodies. And while the article stops short of X-Files type speculation, the author does suggest that someone out there knows something the public does not. To its credit, the article does also make mention of the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon or recency illusion. Think of it like buying a car and then starting to notice that make and model of the car on the road a lot more because you now have a reason to look for it. That's the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. The threshold for confirmation basis is low too, so it does not make much for the effect to take hold. And that may well be it then. It does also point to where residents have almost trained themselves to listen for the boom. If it's aliens though, we'll at least know when they are here. This is by Jared McNett from Globe Gazette, and it's Unbended Reality. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.